Brian, did you say all the board members on?
Yep, I see you, I see Brenda, I see Regina and Mike, and myself.
Perfect. Excellent. Oh, we gotta still have a couple of minutes. I'm gonna turn my mic off.
This is the only people that are here for the meeting. There's 141 people that live in this community, and 5 of them are board members. Ugh.
This is gonna be fucking shit.
Board member, board member, board member, board member, board member.
So why is there 2 board members, like you said, always?
Got some new callers on.
Hi, it's Lisa Adams.
Maybe because they live in the same house.
Hi, Lisa. Lisa's caller. And then who else? We have another caller that just joined.
Jane Moomy.
Okay. Jane is caller 5.
This is Deidre Walton from 1036A.
Yep, we've got you on there, Deidre. We see your name, so
Thank
you're
you.
all set. We just when somebody joins the call on a telephone, there's no name, so we have to assign the name to them. So we just go through as they come up if we can.
This is so much easier this way than going to the clubhouse.
Oh, it's so much better. Like nail them right in person. Just like ask that question exactly.
And it's recorded. Are you recording it? And the chat logs too?
Actually, then
I have a new caller now.
16 people's not bad.
Also,
Actually,
That's because people can do it.
1074B.
1074B.
Can we have your name?
some of this place for chat.
Jessica.
Unless she turned. Oh, here, chat right here. Oh, she turned the chat off. Ah.
Because you were last time you were nailing with chats. That's funny. You should ask her. That should be one of the questions you ask her. Why'd you turn the chats off? And it's one of the main ways we can correspond with you without interrupting other people speaking.
Wow. But yet she doesn't have the ability to record.
But she has full control. Just butt in right now and open up your free app.
I'm trying to see this.
Until 7 o'clock.
Hey, Eva, this is Keith. I have a quick question. I see you have the ability to turn the chat function off, but you do not have the ability to record the meetings. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Thank you for that answer. I'm recording, by the way.
You're recording the meeting?
She pushed the glass. She's big fuck.
Okay.
She's like, I'm fucked.
David, do you have everybody? Have everybody listed that's called in?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, she turned it on. Ah.
It is 7:01. I am calling the meeting to order. We have a quorum. The notice was posted on Saturday, well before the 48 hours. Consideration of unapproved minutes. Does the board have any questions?
Nope.
Go ahead, Mike.
No, I'm sorry. I have no questions. That is what I said.
Okay, do I hear a motion to approve the minutes from our September meeting?
I'll make a motion to go ahead and approve the minutes from the last meeting.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Oh, I have, because
All
I've been
in
with T-Mobile
favor?
so long, and my
Aye.
Aye.
credit status has been like excellent. I can get the brand new, the newest iPhone 12 Pro.
Okay, the next
For free.
item on the agenda
For what?
is
free.
the applications.
That's nice.
Oh,
This
no.
one is for
I have to pay each
1028.
month.
One, and I'm
34
sorry I didn't
bucks.
get your
Oh,
vice name, but I know you're
Right,
both
they're-
on the
I'm getting
application.
it on.
Yes.
I'm paying $1,000
Juan
because
Reynolds
they're
and
stretching
Joseph
over 2
Dorada,
months.
he can deal with
2
you
years,
both.
I mean.
Excellent. I see you have 3 autos. I know you have a carport and you have, parking like we discussed, one in front of your unit or to the side of the unit. That's the back building. So you don't necessarily always get to park right in front of the building.
Right.
And do you have any questions for us?
No, or not really.
Keys and that,
We're-
will take place after.
Okay, no, we're excited. We were just there again today looking at the property, and we're hoping to close early.
Awesome.
It's a beautiful view. Brian lives in your building. That's the best view in the complex.
It is definitely a gem.
Okay. Any questions you have, you can always email Eva. She will get you on the marquee up front. So if you have any guests, they can get in. Basically, it rings to your telephone, and you just punch number 9 and you let them in.
Okay.
Brian's going to tell you a little bit about our parking as well. I know you have 2 little dogs. You have a Maltese and a Yorkie.
Yes, we have 2 little doggies.
Oh, excellent. You don't have to go up and down stairs. Petey's got a new
Transparency,
friend.
respect.
Edie's got a new
and,
friend. We're on the other side of
integrity,
you, on the other side of the building at 1010. So we
It's
are
almost
outside of the really nice back here. Parking is
Well,
it's
can you
usually
fix it
not an
somehow?
issue, but
Yeah,
because the
I think
back building has
Or can you
limited
just
parking right in
use
front,
the
like we only have
program?
5 spots for the whole
I would
building,
like to use the same
technically
category.
right in front.
Otherwise, it just fucks up.
But just make sure to use your carport spot first, and then a second car can park over here. Anything beyond 2 cars has to be parked over by the pool or the tennis courts would be the closest for you. Or there's the row of spots right behind the 2 carports that are kind of lead up to our building. So the 3rd car can be parked back there or over by the tennis court or pool. And then we usually don't have trouble with the dumpsters being too full. And things are seeming to get back to normal. During quarantine, things got kind of backed up. So
Really? How do you know?
our recycling especially
my
gets
garbage?
filled up fast. So if you have any recycling and you want to put it in the bins and it fits, that's fine. If it doesn't fit in the bins by the pool for recycling, you can throw it into a dumpster or just hold on to it until a bin is emptied. And the same for trash. If a dumpster is overflowing, it's not far to a second dumpster. So please just don't leave garbage on the floor.
Understood.
Other than that, you're the anchor on the other side of our building. We got it.
Okay, and no other questions? Juan, do you have anything for us? No?
Oh, Mary's finally
No.
not on the telephone. She's on
We
the actual
plan on
like
doing some construction
uh,
right away. as soon as we
computer,
move in,
and it's
or as soon as we
sounds.
close.
You can deal with it.
We're just going to replace the floor and scrape all the popcorn from the ceiling. We should be okay to start doing that, right?
Say that one more time. Juan, just the last thing you said.
Are we okay to move forward with that? Eventually we want to do the kitchens and the bathrooms as well. But for right now, before we move in, we would like to do the floors and scrape the popcorn off the ceilings, if that would be okay.
Does that need an arc?
No.
No, he hasn't submitted any. I would contact you by email, Juan, and I will let you know what's the form that you need to fill out and the specs for the flooring, and then it can be reviewed at the next board meeting. You need to fill out a form and provide the information to the board. What are you producing for the flooring? And
No, he's on the first floor. He doesn't need to.
Oh, he's on the floor. Okay.
He's on the first floor, so the rule doesn't apply.
Okay.
So you're good to go.
Okay.
Okay. Perfect. I just wanted to make sure, and we'll make sure that everything is neat and quiet.
I think he mentioned front door also with his floors.
Yeah, but he's on the first floor, so we're okay. You don't have to,
She doesn't
show
even
any
live here.
specs.
She hasn't lived here in like 15 years.
But he was
And
talking
she's
about
still
his
on the
front
board.
door.
She never
Yeah,
comes to
front
board
door.
Did I hear that
meetings.
wrong?
I mean,
Did
now
you-
it's more
Juan,
convenient
did
because
you
she
say
just have to
anything
drive
about
from
the
like
front door
Windermere
or
to
just
come
the
here.
floors and the ceiling?
But she's on the board?
No, just
Yeah.
the floors and the ceiling.
Okay.
Doesn't live here.
Yeah, no, I,
Isn't that funny?
so I get,
Okay, I'm sorry.
yeah, no, that's
She's
fine.
gonna be on the
Wanna
board
make sure
meeting.
that
Coco not even be
If you heard
resident
that
here.
we addressed it, so,
Does she own property, sir?
Oh,
I think otherwise we're good.
yeah, she.
We're good. Do I hear a motion to approve 1020A?
I'll make a motion to approve 1020.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 And one abstain. I have to abstain.
Okay.
Welcome, one.
Thank you.
Welcome.
We're so
Look
excited.
forward to having you.
Yes, good luck.
You're welcome to stay on the call, Juan, if you'd like. Otherwise, you can log off.
We're gonna hang on.
Okay, great.
Welcome on.
Thank you.
The second application is 1036B, Carlos. I know you've already logged in. You have one auto, and you have a
Right.
carport, correct?
She kind of pushed her glasses up.
Yes, I have a
Oh,
carport.
he's recording it.
Okay, so you have that. No pets,
Uh-huh.
Nope.
no? Okay, if
Like,
you
why
ever
can't
get
we
one,
cover
you
these?
just basically, let either, management know so that they have the name of the dog. The dogs have to be under 35 pounds.
The other one was just like,
Okay, no problem.
Do you have any questions for us?
Yeah, on the application, I didn't see anything about grills. Are grills restricted there? Or?
Mm-hmm.
10 feet away from any wooden structure, whether it be the fence behind your building or the actual building.
Okay.
So I think, well, at 1036B, if I'm not mistaken, Regina, is that,
Second floor.
it's for you, right?
the property.
Yes, it's at the end.
Yeah, down at the end. So I think your fence line might be, I don't know, Regina, you could probably speak to it
Is this a model?
here, but I think the fence line might be too close for a grill.
Close.
Let me have one right now. Let me have one right now.
That's fine. If the answer is no, it's not a problem. I was just asking.
It should be fine. You might have to go a little bit farther to the left in the open space because there's a lot of ferns and landscaping that's right behind the building.
Correct.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. Well, parking, same as earlier. You have a carport, right? Did I hear that right?
Yes.
And do you have more than one car or just the one car?
You have to go to the store.
I have just the one car.
Right?
Okay, cool. Yeah, then your carport spot is your spot. Guests can park at the pool or tennis court, real close by, and the same thing with the trash, recycling bins. If they're full, just hold on to it for till when they're emptied, or you can throw it into a dumpster. Just don't leave trash or recyclables on the floor if you can.
Yes, correct. Perfect.
Awesome.
Okay, do I hear a motion to
Mary.
approve one for
Mary,
1036B?
Go ahead, Mike.
Mary, before you do that, please, let me interject here. I don't know if this is the right time or even appropriate at this point, but I just heard from a resident today about that upstairs unit and some of the flooring in the bedroom. And she says she had told the association through the property management that she didn't feel there was proper padding under some of the flooring. So how do
Are you here from the downstairs unit owner?
Yes. That's correct. I believe that would be Deirdre.
Yeah, that's me. Hello.
I don't know as far as which way to go with that at this point. It might be something, one, that you could discuss with, the present owner.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Did you have any plans to replace your floor?
I'm not gonna rip the flooring, so I have to check this.
So, judging by what I'm hearing, I think there is an issue that it
They're
will
allowed to,
require
though?
padding.
they can.
And I'll have to look into what I need to do about that to resolve it, because it looks like most of it's tile and it only has carpet in certain places. And I know by your bylaws or whatever you want to call it, you're supposed to have padding throughout, unless it's the kitchen or bath. So yeah, there is something I need done there when I moved in. I will have to go over that with you and show you the plans. This is why I'm using the proper materials. Make sure we're all good there, so that the tenant below me doesn't have any
Kitchen and
issues.
baths are already done.
Yeah.
So they already had
Yeah,
it below the
I'm
tile and
pretty sure it's on the application as well, the requirements
because
for
you're
the
not sitting
flooring,
and you're not
it's
hanging out in
basically the
those
padding, the
rooms.
underlay
So when
that
you
has
hear
to
the
have a certain spec for a sound barrier.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and it looks like there's existing tile that doesn't meet that spec. So
Where's
yeah,
the
I figured there was going to be an issue. It looks like in the master bedroom and through the entranceway.
Yeah,
So
the
it's
entrance.
they only put, yeah.
It's also under the carpet in the dining and the living room area. So yeah, it's been something that I've been dealing with since I moved in '99. So
Oh, okay.
thank you so much, Carlos. I really appreciate you offering to update the conduct. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I'll be correcting whatever needs corrected there, so it's not a problem.
Thank you.
Perfect. Okay.
Since
Carlos, any other
99.
questions for us? You heard
For
we're talking
20
about
years.
the
She's been dealing
marquee
with
to
it for
get
20
you,
years.
to get you on the front.
Yeah, no, I don't have any other issues or questions, so.
Perfect. Do I hear a motion to approve Ron at 1036B?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Do I hear a
Is Barbie
second?
on here or no? Is Barbie getting in?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
Welcome,
Juan,
Ron.
thank you for addressing that.
Welcome, Carlos. Thank you, man.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome to hang on the call if you like, or you can drop off whatever you prefer.
Sure, I hang out for a while.
Okay, the third applicant on the agenda is 1086B, Elizabeth, who has moved in with her nephew. And you have a carport as well, right? I believe you do. You don't have a carport?
Elizabeth is muted.
Yeah, she unmute. Elizabeth, you can unmute yourself. At the bottom of the screen, remove the, there you go.
There you go.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, I have a carport.
Okay. Any questions for us as far as the gate, getting on the marquee, anything like that?
No, that the lady in the office told me that I have to pay the $12, and after I'm approved, I could get a resident pass.
Right, I saw it on your application, so they should be able to get you a key card. Excellent. Okay, Brian, that's building 1. If you want to tell Elizabeth where the guest parking.
Yeah, so for you, guest parking will be, once you enter the complex, I believe you turn left right away. But if you keep going in between the buildings on the road there's several spots that are allotted for guest parking. So anything more than one vehicle per unit. Yep. And
Oh,
then
you get more than one. Okay.
Yeah, any additional, what's that?
So I can't park in front of the building. I have to park in the carport.
Well, you have a car. Do you have a carport?
Yeah, in front of the building.
Okay, yes, and then you can park in your carport, yeah. And then if you have a second vehicle, you can park in front of the vehicle, but you have to park in your carport spot first.
No.
Oh, but my nephew could park in the front.
Or you can switch them.
Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't know what they're
And then
saying.
same thing with trash.
They're just like-
If there's trash, if the dumpsters are full in front of your building, if you can move to the next closest dumpster and just not to leave trash on the floor, and the same with recyclables.
Okay.
Let me clarify, her nephew was already approved when he purchased the place. I believe that may have been July, so her nephew was approved, and now we're just approving Elizabeth because she's moved in with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
No? Board, any questions?
None for me?
Do I hear a motion to approve Elizabeth 1086B?
I'll make a motion, Mary, to approve application 1086B.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Welcome, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Really, we just need to pack those noodles because I have some shrimp we can put.
Oh, you have shrimp?
I have a package of shrimp.
Oh, that'll good.
Okay, those are
Yeah. Are they thought
applications.
out?
We have
You take them out.
an approval of an ARC application for
The
984B.
whole thing?
Wash. There's
We
there's
have
two in there.
his
Take
flooring
one out.
underway, and we have his front and back door.
And
They
put in the
gave us quite
calendar.
a few to choose from. Did everybody
don't put
get a
water on
copy
it.
of those?
Just let it sit for right now because it'll be probably half an hour.
I can see them, they're very small, though.
I got
Yeah. The only one of the doors I had a question on was there's one that has halfway with glass, but it was like panes of glass. I haven't seen anything like that within the complex. The other doors were right in line to what we see out now throughout the complex.
We have a few that have glass going down the center, maybe not as wide.
Not like, like this
Yeah,
one.
not as wide.
All the rest are pretty much like what we have.
It is a steel door, and if it's painted the color that we have, I don't have an issue with it myself.
I don't. Anybody want to make a motion as far as the door?
So are we making a motion to accept it if it's one of those listed above?
Yes, he was having a problem. It sounds like he got something delivered at a reasonable time. So he had to make other
As long as
choices.
yeah. So what we're saying, as long as it's one of the pictures in the picture we have, we can approve it. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, the doors look all pretty reasonable to me. They're all steel doors like the rest of them that we have here. And I only see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different doors.
Okay, and that was for his front and back.
I think the last door by itself is probably what you're looking at for the back.
October 3rd
Right, the plain one.
was the
Yeah,
3-month date for the code.
I'm okay with the ones that are there.
Mike, you want to make that motion?
Yes, I make the motion, providing that it's one of the doors in the pictures, and there's 5 doors. If it's one of those, then I will make the, what do you call it? The,
$25 a day.
Motion.
motion to accept that.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Brenda?
Aye.
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 Aye. And the underlay was his other
2 weeks
on the report.
and nothing.
I looked, the specs
So 2
look
weeks,
like
so $25
they
times
are
2
right in
weeks.
line
But
to
they'll
what
ask for an
we have
extension,
put
and
out
they'll
there
get it.
for the specs,
I would guess
what they have to be.
because they're making a
Anybody have
diligent
any
effort
questions on
to.
that?
No, I trust your judgment. I could
I
not
think that they have
determine
a
the
limit.
specs
I think
based on the picture there.
it starts calculating regardless. 14, 10,
They
25.
look like the exact same underlay that we had put, even the brand.
$350 already.
That works for me then.
Every month is $700.
Agreed.
Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the flooring underlay for 984 B.
Do I hear a second?
I can second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay.
This is where it's gonna get
That's
interesting.
it for the ARCs. From what I see, the next is the management report.
I sent the management report to the board before the meeting. I was gonna mention, if you have one collection,
What's included in the management?
out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 accounts, 2 of them have been sold. We have to take them out.
Can you?
Mary, shut up.
Mary, I'm gonna mute you. There you go, she did.
Okay.
Out of the 5 accounts that you had on with the attorney, 2 of them has been sold, as we've been discussing, really, so only 3 accounts that are with the attorney right now. We have send the intent to lien, and as soon as they
Agree,
expire, they're gonna be sent to the attorney as well. There's no account that needs any action from the board right now.
So you're lucky you made a payment.
So far, I don't have anything new that it's not included on the management report. If you have any
Those
questions,
things
let me
that
know.
you're talking about as far as the inspection report, this
I'm
report.
wondering, did I see something on there in regards to the sprinklers?
The sprinklers, now would be time. I'm waiting for the board when you're ready, or the unit owners are going to be ready to start having. Now we're ready on phase 3. Now it's a good time for scheduling with the company to come and do the sprinklers inspection that it has not been done due to the pandemic.
I'd like to see if we could set it up, because I know the amount of time that it takes, even when we have them. It's so time consuming. If we could set it up, I mean, we're already almost in November, maybe the first week of December, and that'll give us plenty of time to notify everybody, make sure we have access into the units.
Yeah, to at least have
The budgets are coming up, so I know, it's very time consuming right now with the budget, even after the first week of December.
Oops.
Okay.
We can try to set it up.
Available starting the first week of December, and we're gonna start sending the notices out to advise the homeowners when it's planning to be done and to have access to the units.
Okay, very good. That was the only question I had. Next is the treasurer's report.
Which is nothing. She says, I'm getting used to it. I'm more and more familiar.
Yeah.
But she tells us nothing. Tell us the
So
beginning
this
balance,
month
the
we
ending balance.
brought in roughly $65,000 for our expenses, which includes the loan repayment and our reserve account. We spent around $70K, and that includes some high variances with the legal fees and the insurance.
Insurance.
Okay, any questions? I have to unmute myself. I forget. I'm talking to myself here.
And it's
I have no
back
questions.
connection.
Okay,
Did you say something, Mike? I'm sorry.
No questions.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
okay. Do I hear a motion to approve the treasurer's report?
Make a motion to
What was
approve.
the report?
Do I hear a
We
second?
started with 65, we spent 70,
So what's
and
the,
legal fees are kind
Yes,
of
I
high.
will second.
what's the, we should
All
we
in
should chime
favor?
in.
Hi.
Aye.
Okay. Old business, new business. Termites. Mike was able to meet with Trudy Nolan.
The other guy used to
Have a
spend 15
discussion, and he
minutes
sent us
going
something
over
on the
like
chemicals and everything
reports.
that was,
This
that they
was
were
high,
using on the building.
this electrical was high, this one was low, this was high, this was
So,
low, but all in
I'm
order.
assuming
This
the board
because this was
members have
high,
all
it's
looked
because we were
through
billed
that
twice this month.
information
He goes into
sent.
great detail as
Do I
to
need
what.
to read through that or any other reason?
I don't think so. The only thing I want to clarify is that the cost listed per building, not for the whole complex. That's correct.
Listed for each building for the Nolan True Guard is $2,050.
Okay.
That's for the entire building, one building at a time. You have a 1-year warranty, and at the end of that 1-year warranty, we can extend that warranty another year for $302 for each consecutive year we choose to warranty it.
2000.
Sounds good to me.
Yes, and any questions on the fumigation part of this? Because I think it was important to note that the True Guard doesn't necessarily kill all the termites immediately or in one day. It could take a few weeks to kill them all. They will come back and treat us
Never gonna get
under the
them all.
warranty. If we
Without
have too much infestation, they will too recommend a fumigation.
Yeah.
Their fumigation cost, I believe, was $6,000,
Per building.
but they would give us a 40% discount on that $6,000.
Mm-hmm.
So we would be paying $3,600 for a fumigation if needed. We've already paid them $2,050, and if we fumigate, that doesn't void that warranty at all. So we'll still be paying under $6,000. We would have gotten the True Guard and a fumigation. And under $6,000, we're paying more than that for most of the companies that gave us a fumigation price. Were well over that.
Yeah.
Most
Now,
of
I'm going
them
to
close to
one more thing.
10,000.
What was that?
Most of the buildings, just the fumigation, were close to 10,000, 10 to 12,000.
Correct.
Absolutely. Now, I would like to add something to this whole thing I put down there, and I just got this information between last night and today, so I got it late today, so I wasn't able to include it. I just found out that one of the units next to me, the homeowner has a pest control company called Dr. Jack. I spoke with the gentleman who lives there, who works for him, and before I go any further, I'm going to see if I can set up an appointment with this homeowner who owns Dr. Jack and get more information just to see his thoughts and, if there's anything else we need to do and what we should be doing. Other than that, I think this idea of going with Truly Nolan is a very good one because we can get our buildings covered at a reasonable price. And even if we have to end up fumigating, we're able to still do it at a very reasonable price.
It's not covered. Past them, they're never
Yeah,
covered.
I would agree with you, especially with the fact that it's now nearly November, so we might be able to lean on seasons changing, temperatures changing to help us kind of dispel some of the termites that are in the buildings right now. So we may not need to have fumigation if we do the True Guard. We may be in good shape come springtime, and we may have it under control. So I like the idea of this, especially with the price.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you.
So what does the True Guard actually entail?
Any
They have to
questions
drill
on the
between
process that we
studs
need to
in order
go
put the
through?
poison in between
Yes.
the studs,
All right.
just like they did in my
So
mom's house. in Windermere.
in the document that you provided, states furniture will be moved, does not have to be covered 36 inches from the wall. So how much of the wall has to be exposed?
Okay, they're going to put a small hole between the juncture where the baseboard meets the wall.
Mm-hmm.
They've got to do that every 12 to 14
Yeah,
inches.
that's what I'm saying.
So if you have one piece of furniture that they can't get under, that just has to be moved out 36 inches.
Okay.
So it's really like
What's that going to do?
it's really like a foot of the wall.
But what's it
It's
gonna
not
do
like
for
you have to take
termites?
pictures down off the
Because
wall
they're
and
gonna
things
do
like that.
something
They're
to
going
them.
down.
No.
Come in there and put
Closer to the
poison.
floor.
There's something-
What's it going to do as far as
Exactly,
termites? Is
just
it going to get rid of
along
them?
the baseboard.
If they can't access
Like
it,
tenting?
but we don't have to
It's-
move
it's
it
not-
if they can
I mean,
access around the
Right,
fence.
like,
This is what
for
my parents
example,
used to do.
I
My
have a
parents used to do. We used to
motion
have the
bed, which
house
is
every
extremely heavy.
so often we'd have
I cannot
the
move it
wall
away
drill
from my wall.
just to make
Sure.
sure.
But as long as I can move the mattress back, they have that space where they can reach in. So all they need is from the elbow to the hand with a drill, and they can get
Yeah,
into the
that's what I'm saying,
spaces
the
that
36
way.
inches is just so they can drill.
But if you have a dresser that has no space under it, you'd have to move that out about 36 inches.
Mike, is that on every unit, or do you have to have an issue for them to be moving the furniture? So if they come into a building and say you don't have any issues with termites, they're gonna still do that to your
Yeah,
unit?
yes, they should.
Yeah, they
Think of
have
anything
to
else.
treat the whole building. They
Okay.
have to treat each unit. And another point was made that there's no exposure to the chemicals in the unit on your plants, your animals, or yourself.
Seems like they just kind of put something in the wall and they put it deep enough in there that it's not really in any of the area of your house that you'll even notice.
That it wouldn't
Yes,
come out of
they
it.
put it in with this high pressure sprayer, it's a handheld one, and it goes in and up and covers the wood, and it's in that space, and then they plug that little hole back up.
But it's up to us to paint it.
If it needs a touch up, you would have to touch it up. They don't include touch up.
And residents don't have to leave while they're doing it, Mike?
They don't have to leave.
Okay. My second question is,
Do we know
you have,
ultimately how many?
go ahead, Brenda.
Hold on, Brenda. Brenda, hold on one second. Regina, finish your thought because you were speaking already.
Okay, sure. There's a small paragraph about additions to a unit must be reported to Truly Nolan for possible treatment. Is that included in the price or is that additional?
That, if you don't have them come back and treat it, it's part of their warranty. The warranty will be void.
You mean when they're here originally?
Well, in other words, some people will close in their back porch.
Mm-hmm.
If you do that after the fact, then we need to notify Truly Nolan. And they'll come out and they'll treat that little area.
Oh, you mean after they've actually done their treatment?
Yeah.
If you then enclose your...
Yeah.
Okay.
You do it after the fact.
Okay.
Brenda?
Yeah.
Hi, my question was, do we know approximately how many buildings need this?
All of them?
Well, at the moment, 2 buildings, I think, are in need of a treatment.
3 and 7.
Specifically.
That we know of.
I know building 7,
3
and
and
now
7.
building 3 also, but now I talked to the resident who had the major issues, and his has calmed down as well, but of course, we're not in the season as much.
Correct.
You're right, Mike is right, it's kind of started with 2 buildings, but I don't know from any of reports that
Just
we
talk
might
to
have,
you.
maybe
She
there's
can
some
talk to you
other
at all.
units that have more issues than, say, building 3. I know building
Right.
7
Building, yeah.
does still have them,
Seven or
but
3?
building 3 seems to
No.
have
So what about your
subsided some.
Like,
Those are the 2 that we started with.
I could be
Now,
7.
I would recommend at some
Go from the front
point,
and
as
go around.
we have money, is that
One's here.
we just
14's
plan on
there.
start doing building by building at some point.
Yes.
And this way, we don't have to hire a company for spot treatments because we'll always have a warranty, and all we'll be paying is $300 per building for a warranty.
Mhm.
So at some point in the future, not saying right now, I'd like to see tested on the 1 or 2 buildings, see what happens, how it goes, and we look down the line a little further. Since we're always going to have problems with termites in our area, not just our buildings, but this area in itself, we might look at getting each building done down the line.
And we have completely ruled out either that this can't be something that can be in reserves, right?
It cannot be reserved.
I know I ask every time.
Oh,
Okay.
please.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause he's fucking structure. Touch your pussy.
Any other
What's
questions?
going on?
Nope, I don't think so.
Okay. I'm glad everybody is
Thank you
happy
for all
with
your
that.
work, Mike. Thank you.
Yeah,
All
thank you
right,
for
no problem. Happy to do it.
Yeah, so just for the minutes, are we gonna stay to do, I heard what Mary was saying. Do you wanna start with building 7? That is the one that really, really needs it first and see how it goes, and then leave the other one for whatever building needs it the most, instead of just going with number 3? Or you wanna do 3 and 7 and then we go from there?
I prefer
I would
this
say-
building.
Go ahead, Mary.
I think we start with building 7 because that seems to have had the longest issue. And the other thing, Mike, they will go up on a ladder, because I know in building 7, one of the units up at the window and at the ceiling is where they're having the issues. But they will go
They
up.
will go up on a ladder because they're gonna treat windows and doors also. And I had the gentleman up in my unit to look to see what they're up against. And he assured me they're not gonna have any problem in our units.
Okay. Okay. My question, you heard it even, then I'll shut it off. If we need to make a motion, I know we made a motion before to approve, but we're changing it. What do you think?
If you're gonna keep the same buildings, 3 and 7, you don't need to make a motion. This was only to clarify the doubts that you had for the treatment. If you wanna change the buildings or decide to do only number, 7 and hold on 3, then any changes, yes, I would need a new motion. But if you're gonna stay with 3 and 7 and see how it goes, then I don't need another motion for this, no.
Board, any thoughts on that? I mean, money is tight. I think we
So
definitely.
you guys
Where'd they
just
spend
start
the
with
money?
building
They just
7 and
want-
see what happens?
Yeah, I think that's a good motion to make, Mike.
Where'd they spend all that
All
money?
right, so let's make the motion to go ahead and use Truly Known to use their True Guard services for the termites on building 7. And then once we see if we're satisfied with that, then we can move forward on to another building.
Okay, do I hear a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 So they fill in all the board members' files?
Okay.
At the last
Okay,
meeting,
next on the agenda,
they discussed the
the
termite
gutter
contract.
slash awnings, but it's
And they talked about
basically,
building 3 and 7,
the gutter
getting the
report
special
that you
treatment, the
sent to
special
us,
goo
correct,
put
Eva?
in the walls.
I didn't see
So
anything
why are we
else.
talking
The
about it
awnings
again?
we had finished.
We already
Yeah.
Well,
did a
for the
contract
moment.
last month
Because
for a company.
And I
It's for code
sent us
enforcement.
an estimate
Because they're
today
not-
because
But
I
we already
see
did
one of the
officially. We
units,
voted on
and the owner
a
contacted
contract
me that
After
for
her
a
unit was
different
not on the
company
list,
for
so
3 and 7
he
to
added
inject some goo, and I saw the
and
termite
we
company
haven't known
there.
if he changed anything else. Yeah, he added, and now it's 5,165.
For what?
My question here, I know we've been talking about gutters, if it can be taken from reserve or not. If it's a replacement, yes, it can be taken from reserve. If it's just a repair, it cannot be taken from reserves. So what I would recommend, if you make a motion, if you want to have some kind of like cushion and not having to afford all the estimate from the operating account, you can make a motion that from this invoice, I can ask him to send me 2 separate invoices. What it's for repairs in a separate invoice for what it's for replacements. And then we can cover that replacement invoice from the reserves instead of using the operating account to pay in full.
Yeah, we absolutely have to do that.
I agree.
Sounds like a good idea.
But we don't need a motion at this point, do we? Would you like one, to break it up?
We need a motion first to approve this estimate that you're okay with proceeding with all these gutters that need to be replaced and repaired. Then to take from reserve whatever it's for replacing and take from operating account whatever it's for repairs. So we need a motion on that.
Okay. Do I hear a motion based on what Eva has explained to us?
I completely missed that unit they're talking about.
They're talking about.
I'll make a motion.
Like, what about them?
Something needs to be repaired.
Do I hear a second?
$5,000 change, whatever.
Do you have a question?
Are you
I'll
recording
make
this
a second. Sorry, I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Next on the agenda is filling the 2 vacancies that are on the board.
Did we not, I have asphalt on my agenda. Is that an old agenda?
Yes.
Asphalt bid?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, let's remove because we couldn't find.
Okay.
So what's the new agenda?
So discussion on, we have 2 board vacancies that need to be
You should say I nominate myself.
Mary, you went in and out.
filled.
Mary, you're breaking
And
up.
we're fortunate enough to have a couple of people that
We're at the part of filling out the vacancies for the board, is that correct?
Yes.
yeah, can you hear me okay now?
You're okay now. Yeah, we got you.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. I was gonna say, we
So
have,
basically,
go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, no,
I was just
go
gonna
ahead.
say, basically, right now, we have 2 recommendations of 2 people who have volunteered to help serve the community by being on the board. The 2 recommendations that we qualified are
Hold on,
Lisa
Mike. Hang on.
Ash-
Hang on. Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
Okay, did I miss anything? Did you?
No. We just couldn't hear you. Mary was having some feedback, so we were just.
Oh, okay. So we have two two volunteers that I recommended to help fill the vacancies on the board of directors. And one was Lisa Adams, and the other was Brittany Jung. And I would like to recommend and nominate both of them to serve on the board until the next election. And this is based on replacing members that had resigned. And we have gone with our documents to replace them in that way.
That's
That
why
is
she's
recommended
there,
or
and that's
dictated
why
in our
she's there.
documents.
You said you should chime in.
Anybody have any questions?
Because they nominate me.
Both
You have the
are
right to do that.
qualified. Then we approve each one separately.
He made a motion, I understand, Mary, Mike, did you make a motion to appoint you?
I will formally, I make a motion to nominate or to appoint Lisa Adams and Brittany Jung to our board of directors to replace the two vacancies.
Okay,
So who's Mike?
do I hear a second, or
The
do
guy
we need to
that's
do them
punching in the face.
individually? That was my
No,
question.
Well, I'm gonna get off that
necessarily.
video camera and I want to send him the audio
Do I
so he
hear a
knows that I
second?
have it,
You should play it
and
now.
hopefully he'll
I'll
quit.
second.
I want to get it.
All in favor?
Uh-huh.
We have to figure out how to get it off there.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, I will contact both then and let them know,
It's not unanimous.
and I would put them on the portal and get them active as board members, and I would send them the certification classes that they're right now available to take.
Certification classes.
You have to.
Okay,
Open forum in regards to discussing on the items on the agenda.
yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sorry, Mary, storm drainage cleaning is on the agenda, but I contacted
That's what
drainage
the code
solution and couldn't find any estimate.
There's no
We
open forum.
contacting
There's only things in the agenda.
He didn't respond to
There's
us.
never
I'm
an
trying,
agenda.
I know it was discussed last meeting to see if we can find a vendor to clean the storm drainages. And before getting the option of doing the French, drainage that the homeowner was requesting. So I'm working on that. I was hoping to get some estimates for tonight's meeting. That's what I added on the agenda, but, it didn't happen.
We're most likely gonna have, from the sounds of it, a meeting to put together before our November meeting. So maybe that's something we can try to get beforehand.
Yes. I asked Michelle to contact two other vendors because Drainage Solutions is one that I work with them the most. They didn't respond. So I asked her to contact two other vendors that we have worked before.
Okay, any other questions on that? No? Open forum on the agenda items?
Okay, I'm gonna go, do you wanna,
Open forum.
Yeah, we can go right across the top. Right next to you, we have Keith, 1050B.
Hello, board. How are you?
Good, Keith, how are you?
I'm good, thanks, Brian. Regina, I have a quick question. Your presentation for the treasurer's report lasted about a half a minute. You stated that we brought in 65,000, we spent 70,000, and that was because of increased legal bills and increased insurance. That's all you stated. In the past, Richard O'Brien, who I remember being a treasurer, Melvin, who was our treasurer for many, many, many years, spent a good part of at least 10 minutes speaking about the treasurer's report in detail. And that was comparing last year to this year and going into detail so that the homeowners know exactly what's going on. A half a minute recitation of what was brought in, what was spent, and 2 reasons why, just to me does not convey why we are in the position that we're in relative to our finances. So I would ask that our financial report or our treasurer report in the future be much more detailed and to the point so that we understand us as homeowners understand what's going on. Because again, saying that we made 60, or we brought in 65,000, we spent 70,000, and that was because of increased legal bills and insurance. That to me tells me nothing as far as the true treasurer's report. That is not a treasurer's report. So I just ask in the future that we produce more information for the homeowners, as Richard and Melvin did in the past. And Regina, if you want me to send you meeting or old board meeting.
If I could say something.
Hold on, Mary, hang on. Let Keith finish his thought real quick.
Oh, she can interrupt me. That's fine.
No, it's okay. Please finish your thought. Keith,
She can speak.
Keith, if you're gonna you have the floor. If you'd like to use it, otherwise it's noted about the treasurer's report. We will take note. I'm sure Regina will do her best to have a more substantial report. If there is something else you'd like to say while you have the floor, you have the floor.
I will pass. Thank you very much for your time.
Okay, thanks, Keith.
Okay, just one thing that I do want to bring up, it's Marvin, not Melvin, and Richard O'Brien, and that was many years ago. Since then, the treasury report has not been into extreme detail, but that was many years ago for Richard. There's been, a lot has changed. That's the only thing I want to add.
A lot has changed.
Unmuted.
But it was longer than 30 seconds.
Okay, Keith, noted.
Muted.
Brittany, I have Brittany Jung next. Hi, Brittany.
Hi, how are y'all doing tonight?
Great, how are you?
Doing well, thank you. I don't have anything to add other than I'm excited to join the board and see how I can help contribute to the 1000 Oaks community. So thank you all.
Awesome. It's good to have you.
Thank you, Brittany.
Thank you for wanting to be a part of our community. I have Mary, and then Brenda, and then Elise. Elise, do you have anything? Okay. I've got Mike, 1058. Mike, do you have anything for tonight?
Anything in the chats?
No, not really. The only thing that I don't know if it's in the agenda or not, but there seem to be a lot of cars by the pool section, and I usually use it. Sometimes I'll go down there to wash my car, but I have not been able to find any spots. I don't know if the rules have changed that y'all are letting people just park in there. Seems to be a lot of cars with a bunch of dust on it and stuff that I don't know if they're being used. Just an observation. Other than that, nothing.
It's yeah, absolutely. And if you walk by at all over the course of the last couple of days, there was a red Dodge Journey, there was the Jeep, and there was another vehicle that had orange stickers on there. So we were addressing them because they were just kind of camped out there. I will say, from just being on the board for the last at least a year and approving new residents, we have had more residents that have had more than one car. We can't limit the amount of cars they have, but we can limit where they park. And guest parking or secondary parking is by the pool and the tennis courts. So, unfortunately, we don't have. I mean, you could do the math. We have 6 spots in the front. We've got 4 guest spots in
Mary
the back.
says, "Oh, that was in
so
the past."
So that is 10 plus the pool and the
we
tennis courts. So,
we gave a
there can't
detailed
be much
treasurer's
more than
report
a
in the
dozen.
past. We don't do that anymore.
Maybe
Hello,
2 dozen spots total for guest
hello.
spots.
This is the treasurer's report.
But I do appreciate you saying that because
really?
it was noticed that there was
This
cars
is the
that were just kind of
treasurer's
camped
report.
there. But I
She
do
says
notice,
things- like
I'm
you said,
guessing
things
Diego
have
stickered
changed.
them.
The treasurer's report is the treasurer's report. Is the treasurer's report. It is in depth.
I
It's
know
in
the
detail.
Red
It lets
Journey
the
was
homeowners
one
know
of our
what's going on
residents, and
with
he had
every
it fixed
penny of their
yesterday.
money
I
that
saw
they're
that
giving
he
to
had
the
that forgotten.
association.
I'm not sure about the condition of the other 2 if they've moved
Mary
yet,
says,
but we are addressing it.
things
So, and I appreciate your
change.
concern with it.
Oh,
I
and
think we're all
it's
kind of
Marvin,
concerned
not
with it,
Melvin.
So we don't need camping cars out in our guest spots or anywhere in our community.
Yeah, there were a total of actually 4 of them. 4 of them.
Okay.
I think 2 of them were taken care of.
All right, I want to thank you all for your time on being on the board and all that. So,
Thank you, Mike.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
good night.
Next, we've got Ellen. Ellen, do you have anything for us? Ellen, you might. Yep. Okay, there you go. Hey, Ellen.
No, I don't, but I do have a question in regard to the finances.
with Regina's report. Does any of that go on the portal that we can look at, or is that just something so in other words, we could see what Regina was talking about, right? Like a backup. So it's not really necessary for Regina to go into all the details if it's there, correct?
Exactly.
Yes, it is on the portal, yes.
Okay, that's no problem then.
Of course, if there are any records that anybody would like to request to see, that is obviously an option for you as well. So having all the information you'd like to have is definitely at your disposal by our bylaws. And if there is information you're looking for, and you can't find it on the portal, of course you're allowed to submit. All the information is public to members. That is
together
available to members.
in one condo.
That's Regina and Mike now?
Yes.
Oh, you're breaking up, Ellen. Ellen? Oh, I think we lost. She was breaking up at the end.
Yeah, she muted herself again.
Okay. Next I have 1074B. That's Jessica.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ellen.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My computer froze. Did you say anything to me?
No,
my computer froze.
No, we were just thanking you for taking part. If there's anything else, sure.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Ellen. Jessica, 1074B. Going once, going twice. Oh, there you go.
Hello?
Hey,
Yeah,
Jessica.
hi.
Yeah.
Hey. I was just calling, I guess, to ask that my ARC applications were not discussed, and I submitted them the beginning of October.
Yes, that one is in my end, and I apologize, Jessica. For some reason, when I do the agenda, I pull from my emails, all the emails that my assistant has communicated with the board for ARC applications, and I only see one, and I apologize. That's totally my fault. So I'm gonna have to work with the board and see if we can make a short meeting before the next meeting just to check these applications, because I missed yours and another one. So I apologize for that, Jessica. That's on me.
She's frustrated because she got a complaint from me
Okay,
from the
so
DDPR.
are you gonna get back to me as far as like the date so I can contract the contractor?
Yes.
Eva?
You'll be on everything.
Jessica, Jessica, this is Mike.
Hi.
Had we asked you to submit a plan for the structural work you're doing in the house? Because you're moving your sliding glass doors back in again, aren't you?
No, I'm sorry. I'm a different person.
No, it's just
one.
Yeah.
That's a different one, then I apologize. Sorry about that.
It's okay. It's just the front door, the back light is not working, and a tile.
Okay. I got you. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Jessica. Yeah, we'll definitely you'll be kept up to date on everything, and you'll be a part of it. We'll make sure that happens as soon as we can.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Juan, 1020A. I see you're still on the call. If you have anything you'd like to ask or inquire about, this would be the time.
Nothing to add.
No. Okay. Thanks, Juan. Oh,
thanks so much.
Juan, when are you? I was going to ask you when we were approving. When are you moving in? When's your plan move in?
So we're hoping to close on the condo on the 23rd.
He sounds so good.
Currently it's the 28th, but we're hoping to move it up to the 23rd. And I close on the sale of my house on the 9th. So we'll probably be moving in around the 7th or 8th of November.
Okay, great. No problem at all. Okay, so we'll move on to Lisa. Lisa, if you have anything.
I just wanted to say I'm looking forward to help enhance the board and make things look a whole lot nicer around here.
And thank you, Lisa. You've already you took that project upon yourself to get that electrical housing painted, and they look wonderful.
I'm going to have to say,
And thank you for
I
the
just had to
newsletter
interrupt
as
and
well.
say his name's Marvin, not Melvin.
Thank you.
Awesome.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Lisa.
And that's how we did things a long
Well,
time ago. We don't do that way anymore.
Last
This is the
Jane.
treasurer's
I see
report.
Jane on there.
This is the
Do you
most
have anything, Jane?
important report.
No, I'm good.
Just a
Thank you,
sidestep
though.
it.
Okay.
It was a way
Well,
to
it seems that
sidestep
everybody
it.
has been
Distract from the thought
everybody has been given the opportunity to speak. So, Mary, I will back to you.
One thing, I just wanted to clarify something. Can you hear me okay?
Yes?
Okay. On the last meeting, it was asked about our paving being done. And would we be taking it out of the reserves and the loan banking account? I just wanted to clarify, at that point, yes, we have enough in our reserves, and yes, we had enough in the loan checking. But as we know, the reserve account takes into a lot of things into factor. Just this last 2 weeks, we had to approve 2 other roofs to be done. And that takes a big chunk out of reserves. I just want to clarify so that in the future, I just don't know what the reserves will be. We seem to be having an awful lot of things coming out of the reserves. So just to clarify it, at the time, we had it. So that's all, just to clarify
It
that
needs a
point.
rebuild of your units.
Any other questions?
That's why she sold her unit.
No, I don't think.
I actually want to ask a question. This is Brenda.
Brenda.
How many total roofs have we replaced in the last 2 years, 3 years? Or did I already ask that?
What's that?
How many roofs have we replaced in the last
What
3
was
years?
it, Brenda? I'm sorry, I didn't get part of that.
How many roofs have the association
Have
done?
we replaced?
Yeah.
The last 2 years.
Once these 2 roofs are done, building 13 and building 15, that will make 12 roofs total replaced. We'll only have 5 left.
Well, there's 19 buildings.
Awesome. Okay.
Now, I was actually going to put a list together because we've used different vendors as well. So starting with each building, I know it's something you'd like to have as well, or at least, it shows each vendor for each roof in the year that they were done. Because sometimes we have leaks and you have to go back to that particular company to get, because of the warranty. So I will put a list together for
Okay.
us.
Yeah, because I have some of the contracts, and when I have a homeowner saying that they have a leak, the first thing that I do is I see if I have it on my list, that contract, and then I check if it's still under warranty or not to contact the roofer. But you're right, you have
Bullshit.
3
If it's under warranty to
3, 4
contact the roofer,
companies
the
that
roof's good for
been
20
doing
years.
roofings in your community, so it's hard for me to.
I think
I would like to have all the information with me.
The contract
Okay,
has
yeah, I think
1
we
year
started in
that they have to come
2016
back
with
and
Golden
do.
Gate.
Yes.
And we're
But
using the total.
otherwise it has to
I'll
go
get a list
through
together.
the
I'll try to get it together in the next few
manufacturer's
days.
warranty, and if
Okay.
after that.
And I know we've had a
But
lot
if you
of
lay down
stairs
roof,
replaced
if
as
you lay
well.
down shingles correctly, you don't have to worry for 20 years.
And hopefully we can have some gutters replaced from that.
From the what roof? No.
Any other questions?
No, from the
Anything else?
reserve account, which there's probably nothing in.
No, it is.
No.
You should go look at the.
I would make a
to see if the
motion to
actual
have the
treasurer's
meeting
report's there.
adjourned. It's 8 o'clock. Do I hear a motion?
1 hour only.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Do I hear a second?
A second.
All in favor? Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Favor.
Welcome, Lisa. Thank you, Brittany.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Brittany.
Thank you, Lisa and Brittany.
I would
Thank you, Eva.
They're younger.
Thank you. Good night.
Who's that?
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye. Night. Good night.
Eva, it's Brittany.
She just disconnected it. Fuck it. She's like, don't let Keith have an opportunity.